All reactions are on Patreon, or if you want, you can pull up your copy of My Adventures with Superman, episode 4 of season 1. Let's go to Ivo Tower, you say? And press play when I press play when the timer reaches 0. Are they going on a small, nothing story that will end up being a lot bigger of a deal? Is my suspicion. We can't be stuck in the past as they show all these very old comics. I get what they were doing there. I'm just making fun, but I think it's funny. We can't be stuck in the past. Pshaw! Her, like, cozying up to Clark again this early in the relationship, cute as it is weird to me. We can get a lame assignment. Come on, do it. All right. I tell you what, assuming, hopefully, this gets another season, I do expect if they're gonna go for. I'm not giving up my shot. So Amazo not quite the same thing in this universe, or is that version not made yet? And while that's going on, I don't. Right? Don't screw this up. Same difference. It's a good that that was for Jimmy because that was terrible. Hey there! I'm sure it would have worked with Lois, but still. Ooh. Wouldn't, wouldn't that draw more attention? Because what if somebody's got she could have been wearing virtually anything and he probably would have been impressed. Not the best judge. Anyway, wouldn't it draw more attention the one page being torn out? Like, oh, let me grab another copy of this right here. It's a news building, so I'm assuming that's not completely unrealistic. Flying boy. frame the question. Frame the questions in a way that you can write both stories. I don't know how you do that, but you're an impressive person. I very sincerely doubt that he wants your hardest hitting journalism here. Do the job right. That's correct. You must be the detective here. This is, yeah, like, this is just. Even for good journalism, it's not really that kind of event. Are you aware of corruption? Does it exist? Why not? This is, this is the part where you should ask yourself, why is this not working? How can I make it work better? No, you don't! There is doubtless. I was about to say, there is doubtless to be an inciting incident in this episode which will give you stuff to do. How old is he now? Okay. I don't know a lot about Ivo as far as comic character goes. I'm pretty sure he's usually older, but I tell you what, I like a different take because I remember him from Young Justice, and this is totally separate. All right. Statistically, all of you are in a room with me. Oh, like this is. I get that they're all parodies of the same few people, but this is literally the character Mark Beeks from DuckTales. I did think Amazo was Tio Maro, though. Maybe a little bit of a softer touch would be smarter here. Okay. I was joking about the linebacker thing, but consider it. Uh, well, not interested. Villain! That's the worst thing you've done! You sent him on a warpath. Clark having to let himself be dragged out and thrown around like that is kind of hilarious. Relax, Clark. Ah, wasn't quite sure what they were going for here. I don't really think the jacket's that relevant at this point. I think they're gonna recognize him. It's not a large event. I mean, now is regardless is not the time. I mean, I daughter of a general, right? You yeah, you picked the wrong approach for this particular situation. Even if you were gonna do things the way you did it, it's like everything's a learning experience. Is it possible you two are too lovey-dovey? And lights go out or something. Okay, never mind. Oh! As a reporter, you might need to get used to that, Lois. I'm sorry to say. Well, that might have been the dumb way to do it. Or a Amazotech, is that a Mazo itself? Ooh. Lex Luthor, hold the fuck up. Maybe. Possibly. If we're gonna start, obviously, I should be looking out for things like that, because if they're gonna introduce Lois Lane at an earlier point in her timeline than I've ever seen before in a Superman story, it is conceivable to me that they do the same with Lex Luthor. Obviously, moving things around a bit, because I do believe that sometimes he was born rich, sometimes not. Sometimes completely built his own wealth, sometimes killed his parents, etc., etc., etc. So could totally buy that this disgruntled scientist here is a Lex Luthor type. And I'm not overly concerned about like a Jesse Eisenberg situation just because of the hair and the whole general vibe of being, kind of scrawnier. Because you can still do things right. Possible. Possible. I don't think that they're calling the character that they're already basically implying is the smartest person in the room based on general vibe, Alex, without it at least being reasonable to assume that might be Lex Luthor. 1402. 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, okay. Oh, is it gonna look like Parasite too? Not even slightly, but obviously Livewire situation possibly gave her the powers of the suit, so maybe this will happen here too. Do hope everybody's powers doesn't happen just because of some intergang tech. Vary it up some. Weird name for a piece of technology you're hoping to sell. Whoa. Granted, this guy's completely got a screw loose. For several reasons. Oh no! I keep thinking that they're gonna turn it into the S. Oh, this is dumb. It's episode 4. It's too early for people to just be assuming that they can get Superman to show up like that. I totally on board if it was a little later in the show, but Superman just got here. People should still be figuring out what he's all about by this point. If Ivo just showed he has more faith in Superman than Lois Lane does. 1605. In 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. You called your armor the Parasite. Who Alex was pretty excited to see a Superman go down. Okay. So, heat vision. Or not. Lift him up and drag him into upper atmosphere. Why does he look like Scorpion, though? Spider-Man villain nut. Mortal Kombat fighter. Maybe that's not Lex Luthor, because, like, him caring that much that it was Dr. Ivo, is not a Lex Luthor trait. Being about the experiment, I would have totally bought. This is incredibly strange that this sort of technology, this level, would have been developed specifically about Superman this quickly. Whoa. And is the power merging to him? Just like what probably happened to Livewire. And he kinda looks like Parasite. Is he gonna get like a little tap of power right before this goes? I really did figure that's what was gonna happen. Just a little trickle of power that would get him out of the hospital bed. Relationship is moving too quickly. It's weird, man. I love the general vibe of it. I would love it more if it was paced better. Maybe don't post your photos before you give them to your newspaper for publication. Oh, don't be like that about it. See, I done told you. More suspicious having the paper torn out, and like it's a fucking newspaper. Another copy of it somewhere. Oh, whoa. Really? It's not even like that. They didn't even need to find another copy of the paper. I don't mind her figuring it out, but I really do wish they kept it going longer. I like Lois Lane figuring it out, but you gotta let it play out. It is episode 4. Why we gotta be rushing this? I love so much of the general vibe of this show, but so much of it does feel like a rush job. I don't know if it's just because of their obsession with making shows shorter. I'm sure maybe it's like a 6 episode Superman show. I don't know how long this is supposed to be. I hope it's more than that. I like that the photo at the end. Like, the relationship stuff. It's like everything I like. It's just on fast forward. The relationship stuff. I love them. They're cute together. It's adorable, but even for establishing good character traits for both Lois Lane and Clark Kent, it's just moved too quickly. Ironically, slowing down certain aspects of the story in the form of Lois Lane not being already an established reporter. Again, I don't mind her figuring it out. It's one of the few things I liked about Amy Adams as Lois Lane is the thought process of her actually sussing it out in a good way. I do think that too happened too quickly. I think the dynamic between Clark and Lois is important. I mean, like, he could find a way to fake it, not actually Superman and cause doubt. But I doubt they're gonna do that. I need to look up how many episodes this season. I guess that's gonna color a lot of my opinions here. 10 episodes. Which that too, eh, we just never see like shows like this 22, 24 episode seasons anymore, and that's learning a lot in current situation. A lot to do with paying people less type situation. Unfortunately, not a creative decision half the time. I don't know. They want to get to a certain end point by the end of season 1, so they gotta rush this stuff. But this stuff's the important bits. Establishing the proper dynamic. I'm not. I can't even stress this enough. I like what's happening, and so I feel wrong making these complaints, but they're substantial to me. That gives us officially one full episode. They had the normal Superman Lois Lane uh sort of at the Daily Planet dynamic going on. One episode that they could play with that. It's not enough. And it's not to say they can't make any changes. It's not really a change because I've complained about this recently. That the whole secret identity being completely destroyed thing has become the new trope in the years ever since I Am Iron Man. Like, it's gone completely to the other direction where it's just like, we're just gonna get all those old secret identity dynamics, they're gone. And it's like, we've had 15 years of this becoming more and more and more and more common. I just like, let's do the proper pacing of the story, and we can make these moments matter more where the secret identity goes away instead of just episode 4. Like, if it was season 1 finale, totally down. TV show, you don't know how many seasons you're gonna get, totally down. But we didn't even get halfway through the season. Again, maybe something will happen, but I that causes her to not think he's Superman, but I doubt it. I did enjoy this episode. I'm just bugged. Next time.